now to the running back. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
5-9, 5-9.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 6 First down, offensive.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Completed to his... The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Well, a lot of positives for the offense. They were moving the ball pretty well until they coughed it up to kill this drive.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Really, outside of ball security, that was a strong opening possession from the offense. If anybody underwhelmed, it was really the defense. They got to play a little tougher. Not always going to be a takeaway to bail them out.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
They give it to him again. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Herbert from the gun. This into the hands of Will Dissly. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Set.
Hand off to the back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Looking with fullback now. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 47. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On 3rd and 1, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
Go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. From the 23. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Roquan Smith with the pick. 30. Gets the 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights, and they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. Finds him over the middle. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When we see zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throw reeled in by London. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Herbert on 1st down. Finds McConkey. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chargers will have a first. To throw, Herbert. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Hey, report! Report! You turned it. Sit up.
Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd.
Hey! Hey! Right shot! Middle!
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Chargers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback. It took that linebacker to deliver on the other end, a critical takeaway.
And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Getting out to his left. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Could make the connection, was looking for Loud McConkey. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignments, hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Baylor tight. Real.
Back to the air, Herbert. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Now Herbert again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Marquise Bell making the play. And he makes the let's go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the pistol, it's Herbert. To the sideline and secured by London. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Herbert now. Looking for a target. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers tie things up at 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
He'll start from the 39. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Browns kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, This third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
They've got first down from the 31. Slot man in motion right. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Fits it through the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Chargers get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Escapes a defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring out 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, they scramble back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He lets one fly deep downfield. And they can't connect on the deep low. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Throwing again is Lamar. He's loaded another one up. Big gain downfield. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the... at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Herbert now, blitz coming. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Baylor Tigers! Baylor Tigers! Baylor Tigers! Baylor Tigers!
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Escapes out to the left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a pre...
And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Hits his running back. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Three quarters in the books from this one. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing.
17.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, hey.
Again, Jones to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action, here's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. 1 play in, and already they're close to midfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. They did it! He made the interception! Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers have some new life in the 4th.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
Another try following the sack. Makes the grab in bounds left side. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. That one intended for Drake London. And it's going to be second down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Ravens going to the dime package on this third down.
Hey, Kappa.
Looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he takes it forward to the 12 for a small gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be second and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
He's back to throw. Chased out to his right. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Ball in his hands. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Back to the well again. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and just 2 to go. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Go. Hey. You.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
He'll throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. On the move, headed right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Now to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. Great work. He gets them the 1st down. They needed that conversion, and he also stops the clock. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
And the Chargers.
You know, Kate, we
first
often
down.
talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Setting up to pass. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Hey, Ram. Hold it to strike. Baylor tight. Go.
One final shot here. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Couldn't connect with Lad McConkey. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Set.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go. Let's go. Real it.
Throwing now. And with no time remaining, he's got it for the touchdown. And now a 2-point play could force OT. This entire game came down to just 2 plays, Brock. They've knocked out the far more difficult one with that touchdown as time expires. And now a chance to force overtime.
And now it comes down to whether they can get the 2-point play or not, but it's hard to question that every bit of juice, every bit of momentum in the building right now is totally on their side.
Oh, forget the tie. They're playing for it all. They're going for 2.
The Chargers will line up.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out.
Set.
He'll look to throw it. And that's it. No completion. No overtime. This game is over. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end. But